Hello everyone, my name is V. Pawan Kumar. My roll number is 20PQ104I5, and today I am going to discuss about galvanic corrosion. First, we see what is meant by corrosion. Corrosion is done when a refined metal is naturally converted to a more stable form, such as its oxide, hydroxide, or sulfide, leads to this deterioration of metal. Means if a metal forms its own oxide, hydroxide, or sulfide, then it leads to the deterioration of its material. It is called as corrosion. Today I am going to discuss about galvanic corrosion. First we see how galvanic corrosion looks like. If we see this brass metal, here the bolt is corroded, here the steel nut is corroded. If we see the definition of galvanic corrosion, we will be able to understand this image. Now we see what is meant by a galvanic corrosion. Galvanic corrosion is an electrochemical process in which one metal corroded preferentially when in electrical contact with a different type of metal, and both metals are immersed in electrolyte such as water. Corrosion of the first galvanic corrosion happens between two dissimilar metals, so it's also called as dissimilar metal corrosion. It occurs when two dissimilar metals are brought into electrical contact under water. When a galvanic couple forms, one of the metals in the couple becomes the anode and corrodes faster than it would all by itself, while the other becomes the cathode and corrodes slower than it would be left alone. Either metal in couple may or may not corrode by itself when contact with a dissimilar metal is made. However, the self corrosion rates will change. Corrosion of the anode will accelerate, whereas the corrosion of the cathode will decelerate or even stop. Galvanic coupling is the foundation of many corrosion monitoring techniques. First, if we see this diagram, here the galvanic corrosion is formed between two dissimilar metals, which are the screw, which is made up of brass, and the mild steel, which is here the nut, which is made up of mild steel. And if we see, the mild steel is corroded, which means the corroded metal is anode, which undergoes the corrosion, while as the brass screw, it is cathode protected. It doesn't corroded that much. Okay, now we see why these metals undergoes corrosion. Mainly, the driving force for corrosion is the potential difference between the different metals. The bimetallic driving force was discovered in the late part of 18th century by Louis Galvani in a series of experiments with the exposed muscles and nerves of a frog that contracted when connected to a bimetallic conductor. The principle was later put into a practical application by Alessandro Volta, who built in 1800 the first electrical cell or battery, a series of metal discs of two kinds separated by cardboard discs soaked with acid or salt solutions. This is the basis of all modern wet scientific discovery, because it was the first method found for the generation of a sustained electrical current. And now if we see the reaction which is done between these two different dissimilar metals, and here it is another image for the example of galvanic corrosion. So it is a water pipe, and here it is a steel or it is an iron. The corrosion takes place between the joints of these two. And now we see the reactions of this diagram. Here the nut is made up of iron and the bolt is copper. And if we observe the diagram, the anode is corroded, which is the nut. What is the reaction takes place in that? Here the iron has left two electrons and it forms its oxide, which is Fe plus 2, and at cathode the two electrons are added, by due to which it doesn't gets corroded. And if we see the reaction, Fe plus Cu plus 2 gives rise to Fe plus 2 plus Cu. Here the oxide is converted to metal, and the here the normal metal is converted to its oxide, which is the anode. Here the anode is corroded. Now we see the preventive measures that we can control the galvanic corrosion. Now we see some methods. And if we see in the screen, selecting the materials with similar corrosion potentials. As I told earlier, the corrosion has done between the two metals due to the potential difference. So we had to select the materials with similar corrosion potentials, and breaking the electrical connection by insulating the two metals from each other, which the Galvani had done by placing a cardboard sheet between the two metals. Applying coatings to both materials. The coatings on the cathode is most important and must be in good condition, otherwise the galvanic corrosion would be worsened. If we doesn't apply coatings, uh, the coating on the cathode is the most important, because the anode is corroded by base of the cathode, and if we doesn't coat it much well, then the galvanic corrosion would be worse. And the separating the two materials by inserting a suitably sized spacer, installing a sacrificial anode that is anodic to both materials, adding a corrosion inhibitor to the environment. So by taking these preventive measures, we can easily solve the problem of this galvanic corrosion. This galvanic corrosion is a type in types of corrosion. There are also remaining types of corrosion, but for galvanic corrosion, these are all the preventive measures that we can take to prevent the galvanic corrosion. So thank you friends, thanks for listening my seminar. Thank you.